Two SAP consultants, same module, same years of experience, same city. One earns 12 lakh per year, the other earns 27 lakh. The difference between them is not talent, not luck, not company politics. It is one skill set, SAP BTP. I'm Manish, 20 years in SAP consulting. And in the last 3 videos, we built your BTP foundation, what it is, how it is structured, and how it partners with S/4HANA. Today, we turn that knowledge into money. Here is exactly what you get in this video. The 5 highest paying BTP roles in 2026 with real salary numbers for India, the US and Europe. The exact skills each role demands, so you know what to learn and what to skip. The certification premium, how one credential adds 30 to 50% to your package. And the 3-stage path from functional consultant to techno-functional architect with realistic timelines. The path section at the end is the most valuable part of this entire series so far. Do not skip ahead to it, because it will only make sense after you see the roles. First, why does BTP pay such a premium in the first place? 3 market forces are colliding right now. Force 1, the deadline. SAP ECC support ends in 2027. Thousands of enterprises are migrating to S/4HANA at the same time. And as we saw in the last video, every migration triggers a BTP conversation. Clean core demands it. Force 2, the talent gap. Industry reports say the supply-demand gap for qualified SAP talent is the widest it has been in a decade. Companies are competing for a small pool of BTP skilled professionals. When demand outruns supply, salaries climb. That is exactly what is happening now. Force 3, the certification premium. Certified SAP professionals earn 20 to 40% more than non-certified peers with the same experience. And cloud certifications, specifically BTP, command the highest premium of all, 30 to 50%. Hold that number in your head. We come back to it. Now, the 5 roles. For each one, I will give you 3 things. What the role actually does, what it pays, India and abroad, and what skills it demands. One honest note before we start. Salary figures are ranges, compiled from Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, and industry reports. Your actual number depends on your city, your company tier, and your negotiation. Product companies and Big 4 firms pay 10 to 20% above these ranges. Service providers pay at or slightly below them. With that clear, role number 1. Role 1. BTP Integration Consultant. This is the highest demand BTP role in the market right now. What do? They build the bridges. Every company connecting S/4HANA to Salesforce, to banks, to suppliers, to e-commerce platforms needs integration consultants. They design and build iFlows in the integration suite. They configure adapters. They manage APIs. They handle security, OAuth, certificates, encryption. What does it pay? In India, 3 to 5 years of experience, 8 to 15 lakh. Experienced consultants, 18 to 30 lakh. Integration architects, the senior version of this role, average 27 lakh, with top earners crossing 44 lakh. In the US, $90,000 to $140,000 for consultants. In Europe, Western European rates sit around 70 to 90,000 euros, with Switzerland going significantly higher. Skills needed: integration suite, iFlow design, API management, and understanding of business processes. That last one matters, because a functional consultant who understands the business process, order to cash, procure to pay, picks up integration design faster than a pure developer. This is your natural entry point. Remember that for the path section. Role 2, BTP Application Developer. These are the builders. Custom apps on SAP Build. Full stack applications with CAP and Fiori. Extensions that keep the core clean. What does it pay? In India, application developers with BTP skills earn in the 20 to 35 lakh range at experience levels. In the US, $125 to $175,000 for BTP specialists. Skills needed: SAP Build for low-code work, CAP Model for full stack, and Fiori for user interfaces. Here is the interesting part. The low-code side, SAP Build, is open to non-programmers. Functional consultants are building approval apps and workflows without writing code. The technical ceiling is higher for full developers, but the entry door is open to you today. Role 3. BTP Solution Architect. This is the top of the pyramid. Architects do not build, they decide. Which custom code moves to BTP? Which sub-account structure to use? Which services to license? How the entire landscape fits together. Every decision we discussed in videos 2 and 3, architecture, clean core, extension strategy, architects own those decisions. What does it pay? In India, SAP architects average around 35 lakh, with senior architects crossing 50 lakh at top companies. In the US, $155 to over $200,000, average around $175. And freelance BTP architects bill $120 to $200 per hour, rising to $250 for migration critical projects. Do the math on that. At even $150 an hour, a 6-month migration contract is worth more than many consultants earn in 3 years. Skills needed: everything from this series: architecture, clean core, integration strategy, plus the one thing no certification teaches: judgment. Which is why the path to architect runs through the first 2 roles. Role 4. ABAP Cloud Developer. If you are from an ABAP background, listen carefully. This is your moment. Classic ABAP developers are everywhere. Rates have been flat for years. But ABAP Cloud, the new restricted ABAP that runs on BTP and follows clean core rules, has a serious talent shortage. The transition to ABAP Cloud is creating a market gap right now. ABAP Cloud developers with BTP expertise are billing $75 to $175 per hour as contractors. In India, skilled ABAP consultants who add HANA and BTP skills move from the standard 10 to 15 lakh band into the 25 lakh plus band. Same language, new rules, double the market value. Role 5. BTP Administrator. The quiet role nobody talks about, but every company needs. Someone has to manage the global account, distribute entitlements, control user access, monitor costs. Everything from our architecture video, someone runs that daily. Basis consultants. This is your natural evolution path. Pay sits slightly below the consultant roles, but demand is steady and competition is lower. Now, the certification premium. I told you to hold that 30 to 50% number. Here is what it means in money. A 12 lakh consultant with a BTP certification and demonstrable skills becomes an 16 to 18 lakh consultant. A $100,000 US consultant becomes a $140,000 consultant. One credential, a few months of preparation. There is no other investment in your career with that return rate. Which certification exactly? That gets its own dedicated video later in this series. Now the section I promised you. The 3-stage path from where you are today to Techno-Functional Architect. Stage 1. Functional Plus. Timeline 3 to 6 months. You stay in your module, SD, MM, FICO, whatever it is, but you add BTP literacy. You understand the architecture, you understand clean core, you can explain BTP versus S4 HANA in an interview. If you have watched this series from video 1, you are already most of the way through stage 1. The payoff: you stand out immediately in interviews and appraisals. Most functional consultants cannot speak BTP at all. Stage 2. Techno-Functional. timeline 6 to 12 months. You pick one BTP skill and go deep. For most functional consultants, that skill should be integration suite. Why? Because integration design starts with business process knowledge, which you already have. You learn to design iFlows conceptually. You practice on the free trial account. You get certified. The payoff: this is where the 30 to 50% jump happens. This stage changes your salary. Stage 3, Architect, timeline 2 to 3 years. You accumulate project experience across integrations and extensions. You start owning design decisions. You develop the judgment to answer the migration question: keep, retire, or rebuild on BTP. The payoff: you enter the top salary band in the entire SAP ecosystem. Not a quick path, but a completely realistic one. And every stage pays you more than the one before. Let me address the question in your head right now. Manish, I am a functional consultant. I do not code. Is this path really for me? Yes, and here is the honest reason why. The market has enough developers. It has enough functional consultants. What it does not have is people who stand in the middle. People who understand the business process and the platform. Who can sit with a sales manager in the morning and an integration developer in the afternoon and translate between them. That translator role is the techno-functional profile, and it is the scarcest, most protected, most future-proof position in the SAP world. AI will write more code every year. AI will automate more configuration. But the judgment, what belongs in the core, what belongs on the platform, what the business actually needs, that judgment is your career moat. Quick summary. 5 BTP roles ranked by demand: integration consultant, application developer, solution architect, ABAP Cloud developer, and BTP Administrator. India salaries run from 8 lakh at entry to 44 lakh plus at architect level. US salaries run from $90,000 to over $200,000, with freelance architects billing up to $250 per hour. Certification adds 30 to 50% to your package. And the path: functional plus in 6 months, techno-functional in a year, architect in 2 to 3 years. Each stage pays more than the last. Now, in the path section, I told you stage 2 starts with one skill: integration suite. So in the next video, we open it up completely. What integration suite actually is, what iFlows are, how pre-built integrations save months of work, and what you as a functional consultant need to know versus what developers handle. That video is the first step of your stage 2. Do not miss it. If this video showed you a path worth walking, subscribe to SAPific Ocean. Every video in this series is completely free. And drop a comment: which stage are you at today? Stage 1, 2, or 3? I read and reply to every single comment. See you in the next video.